Hey everybody, welcome to Rocky Mountain Rankings. I'm your host Davies Tallow, and today's on Rocky Mountain Rankings. We're going to be ranking the albums of the America's answer to Black Sabbath, and that was or is Blue Oyster Cult. If you hadn't already guessed, that band that Sandy Pearlman wanted to be the American Black Sabbath, and well, they're still going, even though Black Sabbath is history, basically, though some people continue to hope they'll be back, but I doubt it very much. But Blue Oyster Cult is still going. They're still touring. They're still putting out albums. Uh, Last one was The Symbol Remains. And that album will not be included in the rankings because I do not have it. I've only heard it a couple times. It's good. Um, I was going to wait until I got that and listed it, but I decided no, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We can do 13. So anyway, before we get started here, please subscribe, hit the notification bell, like the video, and leave your own choices for Blue Oyster Cult, your own rankings down below. But anyway, let's get into this. Band started out with Donald Roser, Buck Dharma, aka Bart Dharma, Eric Bloom, Albert Bouchard, Joe Bouchard, Ellen, uh, Ellen Lanier. Uh, Today it's Buck Dharma, Eric Bloom, Danny Miranda, Richie Castellano, Leno. I'm sorry if I burned that, and Jules Randino. These Some of these names I'm sorry. I have a hard time with names. So anyway, 13 albums. I was toying with the idea of, like I said, toying with the idea of including the Symbol Remains, but I want to get into it more, before I do. So maybe someday I'll do a rankings, 5 6 years from now, and include that and whatever comes next. So anyway, let's get into this. 13 albums, starting with 13. Number 13, my least favorite. I'm working all the way to my favorite. So just because it's my least favorite doesn't mean I hate it. I think others are better than that. Let me get my stuff here in the right order here. I almost screwed up again. Dash doll. So anyway, number 13, album that was not originally meant to be a Blue Oyster Cult album. It was, from what I understand, going to be supposed to be Albert Bouchard's. You know, Speaking of Albert Bouchard, I I started saying his name is Bouchard, but I think it's supposed to be Picard because I had a friend whose name was spelt the same way, and his name was Ron Picard, spelt the same way, Picard. But because here people have been saying Bouchard, so I've been pulled into it too. So Picard, Bouchard, whatever. It was supposed to be his um, solo album, and CBS rejected the whole thing and said, "Well, if you put it out, get the rest of Blue Oyster Cult back, in the studio and do this as a Blue Oyster Cult, we'll put it out." So that album is Imaginos, kind of a creepy album cover. Uh, the cover, by the way, is good grief. Where is it? Picture of a place on the California coast. I can't remember what it's called though. Oh, let's see. Dang it. Get out of the way here. Uh, Cliff House. Okay. Yeah, the Cliff. That's the Cliff House, a restaurant that was perched on the cliffs just north of Ocean Beach on the western side of San Francisco. Okay, yeah. Of course, it was destroyed by fire. Uh, but I like that picture. That's ooh, eerie. The music on here, it's got power, but it doesn't have, it doesn't grab a hold of me. I mean, they do a recording of astronomy on here, which is good. I do like that. It starts out with, I am the one you warned me of, less invisibles, in the presence of another world. Del Rio song, which is good. The siege of investiture of Baron von Frankenstein's castle at Windsor. Astronomy, Magna of Illusion, Blue Oyster Cult, and Imaginos. There's in the booklet. Let's pull that booklet out here. Oh, there's another cool little. Oh, it's supposed to be glued together. I don't think so. Nope. Uh, Another creepy picture inside there. There's a little story in here of what it's about. I've read this, and I don't get it. It's just a bunch of stuff thrown together. So I'm not going to go into it. Decent album, but you can kind of tell it was not originally meant to be a Blue Oyster Cult album. You know, Albert Picard and the rest of the band were kind of thrown back together. Albert had left the band, I think, about 4 or 5 years before this came out, maybe longer than that. So, yeah, good album, but not a lot of staying power. So, on to number 12. Okay. Oh, I forgot to mention, uh, this was released in '88. So, last album to be released by the band for 10 years. So, the next one is one that kind of surprised me when I found it. I didn't know Blue Oyster Cult was still a viable group at the time. Of course, like I said, they hadn't put out anything for 10 years. Along came this little gem, released March 24th, 1998. Heaven forbid. When I first heard this, I thought, cool, that BOC's back. And they are. This is a kind of a heavy album. But again, I don't listen to it that much. It's got some good little gems on here, though. Uh, See You in Black, Harvest Moon, Hammerback, one of my favorites, Damaged. I'm damaged and I like it. Real World, you know. But at the same time, it's not really one that captures my attention, though I will listen to it for occasionally. There's the guys. a number of different drummers playing on the, and a different bass player. Um, this and the one and the one that came after, the one that's come, good albums, but this is the heavier of the two. This and Curse of the Hidden Mirror, but I like Curse of the Hidden Mirror a little bit better, which makes it my number 12. Um, got Dance on Stilts, which I love. The Old Gods Return. Uh, saw them at the Weber County Fair right before this album came out, and they played that song, The Old Gods Return. Really great. Uh, One Step Ahead of the Devil, great. Pocket, good. Uh, kind of goes, doesn't hold my attention after that. Out of Darkness is decent, but still a good album. So that's my number 12. On the number 11, or excuse me, that my number 11 and my number 12. Okay, on the number 10. Okay, 10, released December 10th, 1985. That's this little gem, Club Ninja. A lot of people don't care for this album. Uh, Probably because it sounds vastly different from what came before. I think this is the last one with Joe Picard on bass. Yeah. Of course, Albert vanished by this time, and so just those Eric Bloom, Joe Picard, and Donald Roser. Some other players on here. Tommy Zvolchek on keyboards and Jimmy Wilcox on percussion. Additional musicians, Tommy Price on drums, Phil Grand on guitars, Kenny Aronson on bass, Howard Stern opening to When the War Comes. Really? Hmm. Uh, Again, not their best work, but decent. I like White Flash is great. Dancing in the Rooms, I love that one. Make Rock Not Wars, great. Perfect Water, Spy in the House of Night, Beat 'em up. When the War Comes, Shadow Warrior, Madness to the Method. Decent songs. People love Dance in the Ruins and Make Rock Not War. Those are my favorites off this. Though Make Rock Not War is penned by Bob Hilligan Jr. So it's like a number of songs, or a couple of songs penned by him. So anyway, that's my number 10. Club Ninja. Put this. Okay. On the number 9. Okay. This next album caused quite a stir in the Blue Oyster Cult fan base. And I know I didn't quite know what to make of it when I first heard it. Artwork's simple, just Mirror. Of course, that's what the album is called. Mirrors. Released June 19th, 1979. Uh, I know a lot of people say it was Blue Oyster Cult's attempt to go disco-y. Uh, and it is kind of a poppier sound. That's less, more lighthearted. Uh, though it does have one of my favorites, Doctor Music. That one on their live album, I just absolutely love the power behind that. It's just awesome song. The Great Sun Jesters, good. In These, okay. Mirrors, Moon Crazy. Kind of no staying power after that. The Vigil, I'm the Storms, okay. You're Not the One I Was Looking For, and Lonely Teardrops. Uh, you could almost say that this is Lewis Cult's um, Never Say Die. Black people don't like Black Sabbath's Never Say Die. I, on the other hand, love Never Say Die, but this right here is kind of comparable to that. Uh, Came out, I think, Never Say Die came out in '78. This came out in '79, so pretty close there. Oh, no price, $3, a nice price. Did I buy this? I didn't say. I think I bought it in Music Land. Anyway, yeah, if somebody told me that this is comparable to Never Say Die, I say, yeah, it's Blue Oyster Cult's Never Say Die. So anyway, still a good album. Still a good album, but not when I play that all that much. So like I say, I love Doctor Music. Okay, on to number 8. Okay, number eight. We're going all the way back in time to an album that was released in January 1972, and that is their very first album, Blue Oyster Cult. Uh, the black and white covers. Here's the back. And I can't remember who did the cover work, the artwork. Trying to see here. I can't remember the guy's name. It doesn't say. Oh well. This album, when I first heard it, I didn't quite know what to make of it. Um, it just didn't grab me. I mean, I listened to it a couple times and then put it away. Now I've heard it more recent times. Starts out with Transmanicon MC, Among the Lamb, but Ain't No Sheep. Then came the Last Days of May. I like that song. Pretty much has grown on me. Stairway to the Stars. Hope I bring good luck to you, or something like that. Before the Kiss, a Red Cap. Screams. She's beautiful as a foot. City on Flame with Rock and Roll, and Workshop of the Telescopes, and then Redeemed. Um, Now you can tell by the titles of the songs that they were poking fun at the dark side that Black Sabbath had bought on. So remember, Screams and She's as Beautiful as a Foot. I listened the heck out of that. I love those songs on this. I mean, that Stacey on Flame with rock and roll. I'm sorry, but Albert's vocals, no. Eric's vocals are more powerful. Albert's vocals kind of fall flat on that song. But still, not a fantastic debut, but still decent. So that's my number 8. Onward ho. Okay. Next one. Released November 8th, 1983. Remember when this came out? It grabbed me right off. Though in recent years, I haven't listened to as much, but it's still a good album. And that, though you can tell it's a product of the times of the 80s. Of course, that is Revolution by Night. The Revolution by Night. A lot of people don't like this album. I particularly do. Starts out with Take Me Away. Love it. Eyes on Fire. Shooting Shark. Fantastic Donald Roser song. Veins. Love that one. Shadow of California. Feel the thunder of the midnight ride. The Torah's under. Love that one. Let Go. A lot of people hate that song. I particularly like it. It's not the best, but still fun. Dragon Lady, great. Light Years of Love, good. Though Joe's vocals, I really don't care for. Sorry, Joe. Or Albert's for that fact. So, of course, Albert had left the band by this time, and Rick Downey was the drummer. So, and there's no pictures in here. This is the thing about this when CDs were first coming on the scene, and you can tell because it doesn't have as much power as a vinyl at the time, though things would improve later on. So that's my number 7, Revolution by Night. The Revolution by Night. Okay, this next one I got on both vinyl and CD. I'm sorry, but I prefer CDs over vinyl. I do not like plain records because they sit there and hiss and pop. A lot of people love that. I don't. And also, if you want to transfer them to digital, you have to do all kinds, but let's not get into that. So anyway, released February 1973, their second album, Tyranny and Mutation. Get the light out there. Again, the black and white era cover era, black and white cover era. Though did incorporate a little pink in there. So, and the same on the back. You got whatever these are, planets or suns or whatever they are. But this one, I've really warmed up to more recent years. Has starts out with the Red and the Black, which is a remake of I'm on the Land, but I Ain't No Sheep. OD'd on Life Itself, Love that one. Hot Rails to Hell. Seven Screaming Disbusted. Side two, Baby Ice Dog. Wings Wetted Down. Teen Archer and Mistress of the Salmon Sock. Quicklime Girl. uh, yeah, good, great album. A lot of good tracks. Though, they're this, the first album being their freshman, this would be their sophomore. So great improvement on sound quality and everything. So anyway, that's my number 7 or number 6 actually. Tyrian Mutation. Okay. When I decided to do this, I was quite surprised I hadn't done Blue Oyster Cult. Very surprised. I was can't remember what I was. Listening to something the other day. But anyway, it brought my attention to it, and I thought, well, I better do a ranking. How dare I not rank one of my favorite bands, Blue Oyster Cult. Slap me silly. But when I decided to do this, I'm like going through these, and I'm like, good grief. This is gonna be kind of tough, and it was. A lot of these albums I love, though the newer stuff I'm not. I don't like as much as the older stuff, but still, the older stuff, ranking it over, one another has just been tough. Uh, so if I was to do this a few months down the road, things might change big time. But anyway, released November 1977, well-known album, Spectres. Spectres. When I first got this album, I'm like, some strange things going on here. First of all, the guys are wearing hats. They've got their hair tucked behind their ears. Um, or I don't know if they're trying to make oh, let's look cool. Tuck our hair behind the ears. Maybe a precursor to mullets or something. I don't know. uh, and this is the period where they started using, I think, the lasers in their shows. Hence where they got the lasers bouncing off stuff here. But anyway, I love this cover. It's perfect. I don't like too many band covers, but this one's, says it all. Spectres. So, of course, it starts out with the Monster Mall, Godzilla. Oh no, they say he's got to go, 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 Godzilla. Oh yeah, love that one, especially live. Uh, Golden Age of Leather, love that one. Just awesome, awesome song. Uh, Death Valley Nights, fantastic. Searching for Celine. Uh, Fireworks. Are you ready? Are you ready to rock? Celestial, the Queen. Going through the motions. Kind of falls a little bit right in this area. I love the night, and then Nosferatu. Love that one. So, still a solid album. Awesome album. Um, could I rank this higher? Yeah, but I think what's to come is just a little bit stronger. just a little bit stronger. And I can choose it any way I want. So, nah. You can, put your own listing down below in the comments. I'd be interested to see how you rank them. That's what this is about. The interest, get people informed on these albums and get a little conversation going here. So, hey, okay, that was number 5, or top 5 at 5. On where we go. Okay, now we're to an album that quite a few people like. Actually, love this album. Pete Pardo on Sea of Tranquility is one of them. He often cites this album as one of his favorites in number ranking and shows. Released April 5th, 1974, their third album, Secret Treaties. It's got the nice price, too. Nice price on that jet plane. Again, black and white cover era, though some color with their title there. The back. But I agree. This is another album that's grown on me over the years. Starts with Patti Smith penned song "Career of Evil." And I know Patti Smith was dating Ellen Lanier at the time, about this time. So, Subhuman, love that one. Dominance and Submission, love it, especially live. I love Dominance and Submission on the live album. Extraterrestrial Live. ME 262. Little ditty right there. It's great. Cagney Curtains. Harvester of Eyes. I'm the harvester of eyes. Flaming Telepaths and Astronomy. Love Astronomy. Fantastic album. I mean, they're just improving as with each album after the first one. It's just marvelous. Though I was glad when they came out with the next one, they added more color. So that's my number 4, Secret Treaties. Okay, number 3, released May 21st, 1976. Everybody knows, if you're a Blue Oyster Cult fan, you know what album this is. Should I tell you, or should I keep it a mystery? Now, Agents of Fortune. There's the band. I believe that's Patti Smith. A lot of people cite this as their coming of age album. Hey, baby, what you doing? Checking out the chair? I get a chair from the shop that we are going to throw out, and it's perfectly good. So, and she's coming in to check it out. But anyway, some people cite this as their magnum opus. Other people say no, they're Spectres. It was that, or Fire of Unknown Origin, But this, it's strong. I've got this both on vinyl and CD. Starts off with "This Ain't the Summer of Love." Great True Confessions. Ellen Lanier actually sings a song. Don't Fear the Reaper, of course. ETI, Extraterrestrial Intelligence. The Revenge of Vera Gemini. Simple Love. Tattoo Vampire, love that one. Morning Final. Tenderloin and Debbie Dents. The Ninths. I guess that's how you pronounce it. Another album that's grown on me. When I first heard this, I didn't quite know what to make of it. Of course, I bought it basically because it had "Don't Fear the Reaper" on it. So, but the rest of the songs, I'm like, at the time, I like, wow, this is weird. Of course, when I was younger, I didn't know Blue Oyster Cult was supposed to be America's Black Sabbath. So, and now I can see that. So, anyway, that's my number three. Now we're at the top two. If you are a fan, you know who they or what albums they are, but you don't know how I got them placed. All right. Now, when I got down to these last two albums, it, I couldn't decide which one I want to be number one, which one number two. I love them both. So I basically came down to which one do I think is just a tad stronger. So, or which one do I reach for more? Reaching for more, I almost a tie there. So, uh, I just took a shot, and this is how it came out. Though they could flip flop any, right now even. Uh, Released June 1980. Cultosaurus Erectus. I remember when I seen this album cover, I'm like, whoa, what are these guys up to now? I mean, after Mirrors, I'm like, what is this going to sound like? And even now, thinking about the first song, just sends chills down my spine. One of my all-time favorite Blue Oyster Cult songs, Black Blade, especially live, off their live album. If you've never heard Black Blade live off of ETL, Extraterrestrial Live, you are missing out. It's just one awesome heavy metal song. Eric's vocals are, oh, I just love that song. And it's followed by Monsters. Monsters, monsters. Albert or penned it. Divine Winds, great. Love that one. Deadline. I think Deadline is the one that kept this in number two because I'm not totally down with that song. Mars Plan's great. Hungry Boys, love that one. Fallen Angel, Lips in the Hills, An Unknown Tongue. Oh, I mean, return to form after a misstep with Mirrors. Return to form with this album. So, and I'll tell you one thing. Down the road ways, I'm going to be doing an album cover ranking of Blue Oyster Cult. So, so that's my number two. Of course, you know what my number one is. I won't even bother to pause it. Released June 22nd, 1981. Album that put it back on the map. Big time. Fire of Unknown Origin. Produced by Martin Birch. Starts out with Fire of Unknown Origin, then goes into Burning for You, song that I don't need to hear. Still a good song, but I don't need to hear it again. Veteran of the Psychic Wars, love it. Soul Survivor, Soul Survivor. Love the vocals on that. Heavy metal, the red and the black and the red, or black and the silver. Side two, Vengeance, the Pack, love it. After Dark, Joan Collins, and Don't Turn Your Back. Uh, Side two is just, to me, just a tad stronger than side one. Uh, though I love Fire of Unknown Origin, Soul Survivor, all the songs on side two are drop dead classics. Love this album. Love it, love it, love it. Of course, it's the last album with the original lineup: Eric Bloom, Donald Roser, Alan Lanier, Joe and Albert Picard. You know, after this, Albert would be gone from the band, and then eventually Joe would follow him. Of course, we lost Alan not too long ago, which is too bad. I did get to see him, I think, a couple years before he passed. They played the Weber County Fair, and Alan was just rocking out. He was having, I could tell he was having fun. Just glad to be there. I believe he was, I'm not 100% sure, but I think he was suffering from his, from the cancer that eventually took him. I think it was cancer. Let's see here. Where is it here? Oh, good grief. Okay, yeah, he passed away in 2013. Uh, and died in New York City at the age of 67. Okay, COPD. Okay, complications of COPD. Uh, Too bad. He, great keyboard player, great guitar player, great rock and roller. So, Ellen Glover Lanier. So, anyway, there you have it. Blue Oyster Cult ranked. Please put your own ranking of Blue Oyster Cult. I'd be interested to see it. Uh, what I got coming up? Nothing particular right now. Got this new show that I'm going to be doing called What Are You Listening to This Week? Um, it's funny. I'll do rankings of certain bands or do certain shows pertaining to certain things, and it's funny how certain bands will attract and others won't, or certain topics will attract and others won't. Uh, I haven't checked today, or tonight, but what the new show? What are you listening to this week? Uh, I hadn't had any views. I haven't checked yet. Might I probably will have some views. Being put out of the Sunday morning where a lot of people are going to church and stuff and doing other things. So, but album rankings, when I did Deep Purple, got a lot of hits. Um, when I did band like Kirith Ungle, not many. It's just funny how some bands will attract others. People won't want anything to do with it. So, but oh well. Uh, anyway, hope you have a good week. Um, anyway, like I said, the new show, what are you listening to this week, is what I'm listening to in my truck as I go to and from work or going out to the grocery store, just cruising around. Uh, I thought it'd be interesting to talk about what I put on my flash drive. Um, where's my flash drive? I got two. I got two flash drives. Here's one. Um, the other one's in the truck with my current choices to listen to this week. So I'll be talking about those next Sunday. Uh, rankings. Probably do some maybe song rankings coming up. I still want to do Gentle Giant. I know I keep saying that. Gentle Giant is very, very tough to rank because I can't decide what album I want to put last and what album I want to put the first because they're all fantastic. Gentle Giant is a very talented band, and why they chose to stop touring and making music, I well they said they ran out of ideas. So come on. So anyway, hopefully maybe next Monday or Monday after that, who knows. But have a good week. Uh, this week's going to be cold here. Not looking forward to that, but oh well. Fall's definitely here. Leaves are changing. Weather's cooling down. Not looking forward to the winter, but what can you do? Anyway, I hope things are going good wherever you're at. If you're in New York, hang in there. I've seen the flooding. Oh, horrible, but it'll eventually go away and things will be back to normal. So hang in there. My prayers are with you, and we'll see you when we see you.